All right, so here we're supposed to write this expression in standard form. So A's are kind of instead of numbers and B's are kind of instead of a combined number. So what we're just going to do is we're going to do like we've been doing as far as we're going to just FOIL this out. So we're going to take A times A, we get A squared. Take A times that, we're going to minus 4ABI. Then we'll take the inside. So then we have plus 4ABI. And then we'll take the last. So that's going to be minus 16B squared I squared. Okay. Well, what I see, those are gone. So we get A squared. And then I squared again is negative 1. So it's negative negative. So that's going to be plus 16B squared. And that then will be my solution to the product of those two binomials. All right, so now we have some kind of rules. So remember, whatever our power is, in this case 43, if we take 43, divide it by 4, then we look at the remainder will tell us what the value for this is. So this is going to be a 1, that's a 4, subtract that, that's going to be a 0, bring down a 3, and that doesn't go, so we have a remainder of 3. Okay, now if we remember our values, I to the 0 equals 1. I to the 1 is equal to I squared equals a negative 1. And an I, oops, not a T. And an I cubed equals basically a negative I. Okay, so we have a remainder of 3. That's going to be the new value. We look at 3 here. So this is equal to a negative I. And that is our solution. And again, it all comes down basically dividing by 4, whatever our number is up here. So let's go ahead and do another one real quick. And so now we're going to take 42 and we divide that by 4. Well, that goes in once, 4. And so then we have a remainder of 2. Well, what does the remainder of 2 tell us? Well, that means we get negative 1 is our solution. So we find where our writing thing is again here. There it is. And we get a negative 1. Okay. And that's going to be what that is equal to. All right, while we're at this, let's go ahead and do this one. It says, so find the complex conjugate of the given complex number. Well, when we do that, we know that we have to have the opposite of whatever this is as far as the conjugate. So if we have 9 plus 7i, it has to be 9 minus 7i. And the reason why is because if we multiply this times 9 minus 7i, what do we get? Well, we get 9 times 9, we get 81. And then we get those, and that's going to give us a plus 63, oops, 3i, and a minus 63i. And then we have a minus 49i squared. Well, the i's are gone. This I squared becomes a negative 1. That becomes plus. We have 81, and then we have plus, and we have 49. So we get 130 is what the multiplication of those two is going to be. And so that means we have the correct conjugate here. Okay. And so again, if you have a plus to start with, then your conjugate is going to have a minus. If you start with a minus, your conjugate is going to be a plus. All right, let's pause here. We'll come back for some more.